I think we have to thank Hillary Lampers, because if there wasn't a Hillary Lampers, we would not know Ryan Lampers.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I was on a hunt with Ryan, I don't remember, maybe a year or 2 years ago, and we're in the middle of nowhere, and there's this cabin out there. Nobody lives there. It's just it's the middle of nowhere. We're hunting, I think it's like day 15 or something, and we have to leave. Like, we've tagged out, I think, on a couple, but we still had some tags left, which is hard for Ryan to ever quit if there's still a tag in his pocket. And so he's upset. He's mad because we have to leave. It's like finally it hit that point where he's got no choice. And maybe it was the end of the season. I don't know. But we're walking out and he looks back at that cabin. He's staring at it and he goes, "You know what, Brian? If I didn't have a wife and kids, I'd figured out how to live in that cabin and I would never leave it." So, and I was like, "I believe you."
It's the passion.
Yep.
It's to have something you love with every fiber in your being that you're willing to sacrifice for, that you're willing to put in all the work, that you're willing to work 365 days a year to try to give yourself a chance at success. Like, to me, it's everything. Like, having that passion, I just don't feel lost. I feel like I have like a purpose. I feel like I have something, a goal that I can work hard towards. I feel like I can challenge myself mentally and physically. Like, life is so nerfed nowadays and so safe with seat belts and water that comes out the tap. To be out and to be in these rugged, extreme places and to be able to challenge myself to my core, it means everything to me. It's what makes me a better man, makes me a better husband, better at work, better father. Like, it just gives me drive and satisfaction and fulfillment in life. So, I mean, to me, it's everything.
And, I think if you have like the goal of killing just a giant mule deer, and you want to be as successful as somebody like Brady has, over the years, and you've got this really impressive resume of doing it over and over and consistently, without the mental game, it's not going to happen. It's just not. Whitetail guys obviously are not going to have nearly the mental game as a Brady Miller. This is not going to happen, right? Can I say that? Yeah. Tree stand hunting just isn't going to cut it. But I think if you grab a mule deer tag out west and you set the goal of killing a real old, mature, crusty, you better have your mental game tight, or it's probably not going to happen. You'll probably end up walking out ahead of when you should have.
And a lot of our culture is being driven by this negative narrative that you don't have any control over your life and you should just give in to the powers that be. And the truth is, you have all the power. And I think that's the mental game, is accepting that you actually have so many choices that you can make to positively affect your life, whether that's killing big buck or losing weight or having that mental fortitude. I mean, life is just hard in a lot of ways and you can't get around it. And life is also now very simple, which I think makes people lazy. So I don't know, Corey, if you...
Yeah, I would say don't outsource your well-being. I mean, your mind's an incredible thing, and there's nobody that I've met here that can't go out and solo hunt.
Okay.
Well, as you guys know, I work in the emergency department, so I'm seeing people shooting their arrows into the dirt, and we've all shot arrows into the dirt, and some of us still are,
and trees,
but the problem is some people don't even care about picking up those arrows. Well, I wasn't going the way you guys think I'm going. No, I'm serious. I'm taking care of a lot of people who I'm seeing the end stage of their whatever. Okay. And when I'm talking figuratively about them shooting arrows, they don't want to learn to shoot at something besides the dirt. So they're not learning from why that arrow went into the dirt. They don't care if somebody's trying to get them to shoot better. They're just done. And what we got here is everybody shooting their arrows in an upward trajectory and searching for that target. So you may not be unable to shoot arrows into trees. occasionally, or the dirt. And you may not be shooting the trajectory you want right now, but we're all wanting the target. We're wanting the 12 ring. And that's the positive energy that I can't help but just feel. I mean, it's just so different to feel that here. So I'm cheating. I get my batteries refilled here more than I give. I firmly believe every time I come here, it's like I'm a way better person leaving here than I came.
Is that she's got so much grit, and she's an introvert. I'm the Hillary in the relationship, and my wife Peyton is the Ryan. Like, she's quiet, she sits back, she's chill, but like she pushed me to quit my job, do what I'm doing now, to do stuff like this. I mean, like when Ryan called me a year ago, it's like, do I want to go? Like, can I hang with these guys? You know, she's like, go with it. I've had opportunities with Stone Glacier that I question. You know, it's like I didn't know if I was like worthy enough, and she pushed me to do that stuff. As much confidence as I have, you still check yourself. You don't want to be, you know, there's a fine line between confident and cocky, and she's the one that's pushed me to do a lot of stuff. All that being said, I had this little girl, and I don't push anything on her, but I show her everything that I love. And she might only shoot 3 arrows out of her bow, and that's it. Like, that's all she wants to do. But like, I've told the guys, like, I sit in there, I'll be cooking dinner, and I leave the back door open, and I'll hear, she's 5 years old, and she'll be out shooting her bow by herself. Like, you can't write that up.
I too, like Sam, like I wasn't into social media or anything. I hunted solo most of my life. I just considered myself a hunter that wanted to be successful. And if my family was about the only people that knew about it, which was great. But then Hillary started the old Instagram account and got me rolling on that thing.
Those dang wives.
She threw the first few posts out, and she said, you should just share some pictures and stories. And, you know, I fought it in the beginning, didn't really want anything to do with it.
He said his number one goal was to never make a comment on social media.
So I was wrong. I quickly realized, like, there is value, and the community opened up a ton. You know, we like to belittle social media a lot. It's easy to do. It's an easy target. But at the same time, it is a great place to meet like-minded folks, good folks. Without it, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Brian all those years ago to train to hunt. We wouldn't be hunting partners now. So it's got just as much of an upside with how it can put people together. So, you know, I don't know. I really enjoy it. I'll be the first to admit, like, I enjoy, and it's probably because I don't have to have physical conversations with people, because that's awkward for me. But I can just sit there and give responses to the best of my ability to people who ask questions. And I do like that. I have enjoyed that, even though it does take away a lot of family time at the end of the day. You know, a couple hours at the end of the day is burnt up on doing that. But I've found makes me feel good. Now, in my 20s and 30s, it would not have made me feel good. I wouldn't have done it. You know, I was very selfish with my time, and I didn't want anybody to know about hunting. Less people on the mountain meant more success for me, most likely. And that's not the case now. Now, you know, you get to a point, I've got daughters, so I want to see a future for them like we've gotten to experience, you know. I want them to have opportunities when they grow up, and without sharing this thing that we've become somewhat good at, and we try to inspire people to do it and realize it exists. Without that, I don't know that my daughters are going to have the same opportunities that I had growing up. So it's a long-winded answer, but yeah, I don't feel like pressure to do it. I kind of enjoy it, even though, as you guys probably witnessed at this event, I'm pretty awkward in conversation, but I am happy to answer questions.
But we love it, man. We love giving back. I mean, I've been living at these summits for 4 years, and I can't think of I don't even know what I would do in June if I wasn't doing these things. So I love every minute of it.
Can you imagine giving up hunting? Right? So it's the pinnacle. It's what we're supposed to be doing anyways. Right? So all this stuff, when we talk about sacrifice and all those things, those are all things that are not hunting. Those are all things that can be sacrificed, and we can survive past that. Hunting is the top. It's our compass. It's what we do. It's our everything. It gives us this purpose. It's what we're supposed to be doing anyways. So if it's not directed at hunting, and if it's affecting your hunting and your family, because those two things are synonymous, get rid of it, right? Get rid of it. Do what you love and make sure that that is following your primal nature and how we are built and what we're supposed to be doing. We dance around this issue all the time. Hunting is at the top because that's how we survived all these years. So all the other stuff is fluff, right? Family and hunting are your directions in life. Everything else, pitch it. Let's go hunt.